everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. Hope you're all having an amazing day today. My name is Lex, of course, and today you're seeing my face. This is not the normal thing I do. I don't normally vlog in public at all. This is like the first time I'm doing this, and there's like a car coming down and I'm already sort of like freaked out. But I'm just gonna go with it because I really have been meaning to do this video for months. And that is my new car. I say new, it's not sort of new to me anymore. I've had this car for like 5 months. That's how long it's been. I'm very critical about the videos that I make, and so many attempts to make this sort of video. And I guess now, hopefully this is going to be it. This is going to be the one I'm hopefully proud of. So right in front of me right now is my new car. Some of you on Twitter already know what it is. That's because those of you that follow me on Twitter, I haven't kept it a secret at all for those of you on Twitter. But for those of you that have sort of wanted to make it a surprise for yourselves and just sort of waited for me to do the video, now's the day. So I'd like to introduce you to my new car. And this is it right here. This is a Mitsubishi Evo 6. This is a Japanese imported car. It was imported last year, sort of like summertime last year. And it's been registered since around October time, September, October time, which is when I bought the car. And I've had it since then. I've got to apologise, by the way, because I've just started recording and remembered that I was supposed to clean the car. This is going to make me look really bad now, because there's just bird shit everywhere. Trust me, after I've filmed this, I'm going to go straight ahead down to the car wash and get this thing cleaned, because it is in dire need of a clean. The problem when you live near the coast like me, seagull poo all the time. So let's just go around to the back now. There's actually not very good light around here. I can only apologise. Hopefully this whole thing's been in focus. I'm terrible with a camera. So this is the back. Let's see if I can get a better lighting down here. There we go. There is the back. So you want to know some information about it. It's engine-wise, it's completely standard. It's a 280 brake horsepower car from standard, and it's pretty much the same now. The only modifications that it's had, which could even be considered performance, is the exhaust, which is only actually a back box, and it doesn't really, if anything, it's probably losing power, whereas, you know, because it hasn't had an ECU tune, it's not had anything like that. So if anything, it's probably actually hindering power somewhat, and I'm probably actually a bit under the 280. Well, it's 276 is what they claim from the factory, so maybe like 270, I don't know, something like that. So the car, when I bought it, had 52,000 miles. It didn't actually have that on the clock because this is a Japanese car, so it's all in kilometers. It was like 80,000. I've done about 2,000 miles since I've owned the car, and I'm absolutely in love with it. To put this into perspective, my previous car, which was a Mitsubishi Colt, had 60-something brake horsepower from the factory. It had a top speed of like 99 miles an hour. 0 to 60 was like 12. So going to this thing is a bit of a change. It's a bit of a machine, and I'm absolutely in love with this car. I've wanted one of these ever since I was young. Well, like these came out, this is a 1999 model, so since I was around like 10 years old, this is the sort of car that I've just thought, yeah, I need this car so bad. And I finally have it, and it's just, I'm so happy. I don't really know what to really say in this video other than to show you the car and just be excited. Let me just go onto the interior now. It's so dirty, I'm so sorry. So this is the interior. Ooh. Because I'm filming in 4K, it's sort of like closed in, so I have to keep quite far back, which is a bit of a pain. So it's got all stock Momo steering wheel and everything like that. As I was saying, with the mods, the only other things that have been done are sort of like strut braces. Let's just open the boot right here. If we look inside the boot, we've got things like strut braces in here. It's also braced underneath the car. And apart from that, there's also the wheels. These are Gorgigan, or 5-Zigan, however you want to call them. Gorgigan's GN Plus. They're in a 17 by... I think 8, but I really can't be certain on that. I haven't got round to changing the tyres. These are actually pretty crappy tyres. So I haven't been pushing the car too much in the twisties, just because I'm waiting to get some better tyres. I did say once the weather's improved, the weather's actually getting better now, so I guess anytime soon I'm probably going to get around to changing those tyres. Also, the other thing I want to do with this car is I want to change the brake lines and the brake fluid at the very least, maybe the pads as well, as I'd say that the brakes, the sort of downside to this car. Those of you who are probably wondering if I'm going to do anything performance-wise, I'd really want to get like sort of the basics, which is normally like a new pod filter, and then sort of like a catback exhaust, maybe like a full straight exhaust, and then an ECU tune, which apparently sets these cars from around like 340 to 360 brake horsepower. I would really like to do that. The only thing that's stopping me is car insurance. At the moment, I pay around £500 and something a year, which is pretty good. But the second I start tuning up all the engine, this thing will be at least £1,000, maybe plus insurance. So at the very least, I'm going to wait a year and see what the insurance companies say after a year. Otherwise, I might just keep it standard, because I really just enjoy the car in its standard form. And it also means that I think it will keep its value better. So as for the price, I know some YouTubers sort of like, they don't declare it or whatever. I wanted to sort of give you guys the idea of what this car's worth. I paid £8,995 for this. That included like all the registration, that included an MOT, it included a 150-point inspection and a year's warranty on pretty much everything apart from serviceable parts. So not the clutch, not the brakes, not that sort of stuff, but everything else is covered. I also paid £500 for an alarm to be fitted. That's because cars like this in this country cannot be insured without a Cat 1 alarm fitted on it. And from standard in Japan, they don't actually come with a proper sort of like industry standard alarm. It's just normally like a basic one. This has got like the full sensors and all this sort of thing. So it's, you know, completely road legal. So all in all, it cost about £9,500 to get this car on the road and insured. Plus obviously the extra £500 insurance. So that's £10,000 right there. It all adds up. If you're wondering what's been done to the car so far in terms of things going wrong, I've had a problem with the suspension. The rubber cup that sat on top of the spring on this side went very recently. I was able to get that replaced on the warranty. That was fine. The doors were also like sitting slightly wonkily. I'm not sure if we'll be able to see this now, but this door actually had a knock, like it was rubbing around here. Don't know if that's going to be focusing. I'm so sorry. It was sort of like dented around here, or it was rubbing around here somewhere, and it was actually rubbing on the frame. But they've completely managed to fix it and hide it, and you can't even really notice it now, which is great. And I don't know why the doors sort of move. It might just be because it's like so completely stiff or whatever. Actually, on the subject of stiffness and strut bars, let me just open the bonnet and I'll show you the engine of this thing. Okay, so here we come round to the engine. Now, as you can see, there's the big massive strut brace going along on the front as well there. This is a 4G63T engine. For those of you who don't know, this is Mitsubishi's sort of like best engine in my opinion. I know that the Evo 10 came with something different. I'm not sure how close it is to the 4G63, but I also believe that they changed it. They changed the material that the block was made out of in later models, but this is this is a 1999 car, so this is sort of like the classic and well-known version of the 4G63T. But as I said, everything is completely standard. It's got no dump valve apart from like the stock thing that it comes from the factory. You know, it hasn't got any of that sort of stuff on it. But it still sounds absolutely amazing. It goes like stink. I would like it to be faster. Of course, everyone wants their car to be faster, but coming from a car that had 60-something horsepower to almost like 270, 280, do you know what? It's fine for me for now. I don't need to go crazy. So I don't know what else I want to show you guys, but that's pretty much it. That's the car. I know this is such a simple video that I could have filmed months ago. There's been so many things where I just filmed it and I wasn't happy, or I tried to like overthink it and made some sort of like stylistic, ooh, yeah, ooh. But it just, I hated it because I'm just not very good with cameras. But there we go. I guess that's it. Let me just turn this back around. Not used to doing all this stuff in public. I feel odd, but I managed to find like the most secluded car park ever, which is like a hotel car park, just like off the beaten track. So this is actually quite a good filming spot. I might come back here again because it's just really good. I didn't really think to use this place until I drove past and thought, you know, that looks quiet. There's not going to be many people staring at me. That's going to be fine to go and film a vlog of the car. So there we are. That's my new car, Mitsubishi Evo 6. I would love for you guys to let me know in the comments what you think. Maybe let me know what is your favorite Evo. Maybe you don't like Evos. Maybe you're a Subaru guy. By the way, maybe this question will arise. Lex, why didn't you buy a Subaru? Why didn't you buy a whatever? Well, one, as I pointed out, this has always been like a dream car for me. One of the dream cars. Two, I'm also a big Subaru fan, but everyone has them. This is the thing. They're really popular, and that might be a good thing. You might be going, well, they're popular for a reason. But I wanted something that's just a little bit more exotic. Is that the term? You don't see as many Evos, especially Evo 6s on the road as you do Subaru Imprezas, for example. And also, what was the other one? The Legacy was the other car that I was actually looking at. Other cars that I looked at before getting this, Mitsubishi FTO, decided in the end, didn't want front-wheel drive again. I wanted four-wheel drive, or at least rear-wheel drive, but I've gone for four-wheel drive in the end. And also an MR2, which I really wanted and then missed out. As soon as I went to go and look at it, it had sold. Same thing happened with the FTO. On the way driving to look at it, it had sold. And I think it was a blessing in disguise because with those cars, I wouldn't have had this. And I mean, the MR2 is actually a really good deal. It was like $2,500 for a really nice condition SW20 import in white, pearl white, which was like my perfect MR2. But hopefully I'll still get that car one day because I'd really like to get an MR2. But this is in the perfect color. I wanted it in silver. This was the only metallic color that Mitsubishi had the Evo made in. The rest of them were all gloss colors, red, yellow, I think. Also like this weird, like purpley blue. And yeah, this is, to me, this is the best color apart from a red Tommy Mackinnon edition. Oh, maybe you'll ask that, Lex, why didn't you get a Tommy Mackinnon? A red Tommy Mackinnon is like 20 to 40,000 pounds. That's why. It would hold its value, but I haven't got that much money. This was a stretch. This was like, I don't have much money left now, but I have this car. I don't know if that's a good thing, but I had to have it as soon as I got the money. Maybe it's a foolish thing of me, but so far I'm enjoying it. I'm completely happy with my decision. And there we go. I think that's going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think. Your favorite Lancer, favorite Evo, maybe your favorite Japanese car. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Let me know. Or maybe tell me what you think you would do. If you own this car, what would you do to this car? Let me know all of that stuff in the comment section below. But that is it. Thank you so much for watching and sticking around and being patient with me, because I've been really slow into, you know, just showing you this car for no reason other than my own criticalness of my own filming, which is a shitty excuse, to be honest. So that's it. Awkward sign off because I'm weird with this sort of stuff. And goodbye.